Good morning. So tonight I don't think I'm gonna have the chance to do a video, so I just thought I'd come on now and kind of answer a few questions that I've had over the past couple of days, you know, in regards to Alison Jane and the story behind it all. So people keep asking as well, where are we going from here? Because obviously I said a couple of weeks ago that we think our time on TikTok was over. So I just want to kind of answer a few bits. So yeah, TikTok shop for us is over. We didn't want it to be the case, but we've had to make it the case. It just wasn't sitting right for a while. Not even just in regards to this new shipping policy and returns policy, because even when I've done claims, we've always accepted returns because we understand that you can't try it on and things before. So I've always been as understanding as possible, as long as, you know, people communicated with us. But it started for me around Black Friday, when we was put into the Turkish rankings and told there was no way they could get us out. We had to boost the algorithm, but the algorithm couldn't be boosted because we was being put to the wrong audience. So we've had this problem going on for quite a while, and it's affected us in multiple ways. But I fell out of love with it, if you want me to be completely honest, because I was constantly banging my head against a wall. There was no support. There was, you know, no control on my side. They was taking discounts off. So I was putting discounts on, and then they was like doing further without consulting with us, and it was just a lot. But like I said, one of my main reasons was the lack of specialness around a sale. So I wanted to do sales on big days like Black Fridays and campaigns and bank holidays, things like that. But I was pressured to do it all the time, so the only way that was doable was to list things at different prices and bring it down, when that wasn't what I wanted. That wasn't, but that was what I was advised by TikTok to do, and I just, yeah, I fell out of love with it. So we are doing a clearance at the minute, where we are on Depop, we're on Vinted, we're on Whatnot. Yeah, Depop, Vinted, Whatnot. I weren't going to say it, but I'm just going to say it. On RW. Where else? Yeah, and we have got an IG account. So we are like getting the wholesale stock cleared, and then we are going to focus on being our own brand, which is what I wanted to do, like I said yesterday, from the very beginning. So that's kind of cleared up the TikTok side of things. But life in general has been a bit up and down. Obviously, I've not been well. Today I'm actually at the hospital for a day case plastic surgery. I've had growths in my head. That's why my hair is always like this at the minute. I've had growths in my head that are bleeding a lot. So I'm going having 3 removed, I think. But that's why I've always had my hair kind of slicked back, because brushing it hurts and kind of irritates. So yeah, that should be fun, which I'm not really looking forward to it. But we'll be in and out, I hope. So yeah, that's kind of like where I'm at business wise and stuff. But regards to the brand going forward, so obviously a lot of you came to us like with the healing collection. That's how we found quite a few people on here, and why our account did do well in the beginning, and we are so grateful. But the healing collection for me is like what I want to go back to, and this time that I've took away from TikTok, I've had a lot of time to like reflect on where I've kind of lost myself, getting involved with all these different, like, you know, sales and viral products, where that isn't what I want. That's not what I want for the brand. I want it to be exclusive and our own. But then with the rebrand, when we did the colours, we wanted the colours to reflect kind of the meaning behind the brand. But obviously it was just a case of getting the new logo out and stuff like that. But now I want to go back to what we was like, you know, with the healing and the meaning and stuff. I put far too much of that on. So I just want to kind of go back and focus on like the mental health t-shirts and, you know, things like that, things to have that meaning. So we are working on things at the minute. There is designs that have been kind of signed off and we know what's coming, but I think our focus is going to be like an autumn collection. Obviously some of you have seen the fleece already, but there's things coming with meaning. Yeah, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm nervous because obviously this is all very unknown for me. We've had to kind of take the loss of the TikTok shop impulse, but I'd rather do that and get it right, you know. I don't just want to sell because like I want to sell and remember why, and you know, stuff like that. So yeah, but I found that, yeah, I just fell out of love with it, and it's like it was through no fault of anybody's, but it was becoming a chore, and I used to love it, but because we wasn't getting the exposure or being pushed in the same places that we was originally when we was putting the Turkish rankings, it just got me really angry. And then when I went to TikTok HQ, I thought, right, we'll use this now as like, you know, a restart. We got invited down and I was so happy and like really proud that it was within the first couple of months like of us launching, and I was so happy. But even from then I just thought, I think I'm just done. And anyone who was buying from us like before is still now, you know, obviously there's a few people that prefer the TikTok way, and that's absolutely fine. And I'm never saying I'll never ever come back, but right now there's so much, like seeing the videos of the sellers, like it's so upsetting and disheartening, and I feel like I get it because it is so frustrating, but obviously there's nothing the customer can do about it, and it's not fair on you guys either, you know. It's crap for everybody. But as a seller it is very, very frustrating, especially when you're doing everything that you can to get the exposure in the first place, and my heart just goes out to people, you know. It's like, it's so hard. So that's kind of it really. But I've got something with the kids tonight, so I didn't want to be having to set up a phone because I kind of want today to be about them. Plus obviously I've got my surgery at 1 o'clock. I'm putting far too much on it with yeah, but we are going back to the reason why, and you're going to see that coming through products. So there's not going to be any restocks on anything that is on our site now. Like I said, we're on Vinted, we're on Depop, we're on Whatnot, which I'm going to do a live tomorrow on Whatnot. So if you are free, come and say hello. But yeah, that's kind of it. But I wanted to do a video because I said that I'd do one every day this week, but I'm going to do an extra one on Saturday because I completely forgot about today. And just, yeah, I need to remember the why, and I think that's important for everybody in life anyway. Like, always remember why, and don't be kind of forced to do like things that you weren't meant to be, you know, which I think I did that for a while. I think I fell into the trap of just doing things because it felt like I had to, not because I wanted to, and I really don't want to do that going forward. I want the brand to be what I want it to be, and I want to be in control of what I do, and I feel like I can offer more when it's on my terms. So yeah, but thank you so much for listening, and I'm sorry I've probably bored you again, but yeah, I will be back tomorrow with the next part of the story behind the brand.